Hello, everybody. It's me, Bets Golden. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited. I have something really cool to share with you. And I think I just lost one of my pieces. Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Anyway, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are not, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me. If you are catching me on replay, thank you. I'm happy that you are here and you made it. Today, I've just done taking my cover photo, so I need to move all this stuff away. So today, we are going to make a tri-fold card. And I'm going to be showing you, hello, Vay. Thanks for joining me today. Hello, Belinda from South Texas. I'm over here in Arizona, feeling the heat by all means. So I'm just trying to stay cool. Today we're going to make a trifold card that has a really cool centerpiece on it. So I have written out measurements right here on what the measurements need to be. They're scribbled out a little bit, but I'm going to walk us through it. So I will set that off over there. Can you see them? I'll show them to you again. So anyway, what I need to do is you need to first, it's going to be a 5x7 card because I discovered that with the stamp that I'm using, it worked a lot better if it was a 5x7. So you're going to need to score and cut your paper down. So you want to start off with a card base of a 10x7. So go ahead and cut down a 10x7. Once you get that cut down, you're going to put it on your score board like I have here. And you are going to score it at the 2.5 line and the 5-inch line. So I'm going to score it at the 2.5 line. And I didn't get that bottom one very well. That's okay. I can make that work. And then the 5-inch line. All right. So when we fold our, hi Jamie, I got another Texas. My goodness, the Texas is in the house. So when we score that down, you're going to have 3 score lines just like that. Now, we're going to create a center circle on this card. But before I do that, one of the pieces on the card, I'm going to be using some foiled paper. This is the paper I'm using. Oh, I got Minnesota too. Hello. My goodness, that's so cool. I'm going to be using some Renia foil paper. So this is a slick paper, but I want to do some stuff with this on the card just to give it a little bit extra pizzazz because I'm not doing much embellishments on this. So this is going to kind of be just that wow factor. And what I did was I basically took from this little pack. It's the artist pack, and these little packs are awesome. This is like a 4x6 pack. This is like a 6x12 pack. And it's basically what it is it's foiled paper. So it is a piece of regular paper that has been infused with foil. And it originally came from Germany. And so it was created to make these stars, right, for the Christmas tree. And then the owner of Renia brought it over to the US, and now we're doing a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. So I went ahead and I took the Starstruck out of this, and I just ran it through my embossing folder, and I did 2 at a time because it's rather delicate, and I just like how it looks when it embosses 2 at a time. And I'm going to need 2 pieces. So I'm just going to take this, and I want it to pop a little bit more, but it embossed like really pretty, as you can tell. And so I'm going to ink it a little bit. So I'm going to use StazOn Pigment ink and white. And what this will do is it'll just help that embossed image pop a bit more. And I need to let it set aside to dry because it is a slick surface. And when this dries, it will be permanent. However, I need to let it dry, right? So, oh, thank you, Jamie. I'm so glad you like it. I love this paper. So I am just sliding this across the top of this embossed image that I ran through my Cuttlebug. And I'm going to set this aside to dry so we can put this on the card later. If that makes any sense, okay? So I'm just going to set this up here off screen. The paper is really pretty. Let me show you real quick some other stuff that I did with it. This is a happy birthday card that I made with it, and I did like a layering technique on it. Again, I embossed it, and as you can tell, the darker the paper, the more the embossed image pops with that white ink, which I think is incredible that I can use ink on it. Then this is a flower that I created with it. And oh, here's a gift bag. So I created a gift bag and then I die cut it all out. And I got that. So there's so much to do with this. I absolutely love it. Oh, and then I made little bows for the top of gifts. So it's really cool. I do have the link provided down below if you guys are interested. But I just wanted something kind of extra on this card to really make it pop, and that just seemed like the perfect fit. Does it show fingerprints easily? No. After it dries, it won't show any fingerprints at all. In fact, like for example, this card, I used this ink on, and it's completely dry and there's no fingerprints on it at all. The thing that would make it show fingerprints would definitely be the kind of ink that you use and just running your hand on it before it dries. And you want to be a little bit careful if you use a heat setting tool on it. I like to move it back and forth to make sure that it, you know, it doesn't it doesn't allow the fingerprints in. But if you do get a fingerprint, all you got to do is just wipe it off and start over again. So it's not like a huge deal. Okay, so I want to create on this card my circle. And like we know, I have a score line here at the 5 mark and the 2.5 mark. So you're just going to line up your die or your circle cutter. I like this little circle cutter that I have from Creative Memories that I got like, I don't know, 20 years ago. So dig in the stash, it's totally cool. And then here again is our measurements. I don't know if you guys can really see that. I may have to hold it up a couple times if you're interested. I can also add it to the description box down below. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just only cut half of this circle out. So I'm just going to start right up here, and I'm just only going to cut half of this circle out like so. All right, so what that allows me to do, I know, Belinda, it's awesome stuff, is I can go ahead and it'll fold like a normal 5x7 card like this, and then that will pop out. Okay, so that's what that special fold. Oh, and I started with Creative Memories too. Oh my gosh, the albums are awesome. All of my babies have albums that were from Creative Memories, and my oldest is just graduated high school. He's 18, so I've been using this stuff forever. And I started with them. I don't sell or anything with them, but that's who I kind of got started with when I figured out what I was doing. I didn't know when I was like, you know, I don't know, 12 when I was scrapbooking that there was a name for it. So when I was 20, I finally found them. So, you know, 24, 25 years ago. All right, so that is what the card is going to be. And then when it opens up, it just opens up like so. So let's go ahead and start to assemble. And the card pack that I'm using, the paper pack that I'm using is actually a special right now through Close to My Heart. And it is, if you buy once, like there's 4 different kinds of stamp sets that you can buy, and then it'll automatically send you like a paper, like a mini scrapbooking kit with it. So it's pretty cool. Obviously I'm not scrapbooking with it, I'm doing something completely different, but the paper came with it. It came with a really pretty ribbon. It has some really great cardstock, so there's really cool stuff in it. So I'm going to go ahead and I just want to ink real quick my edges on all of my pattern paper, simply because it just helps it stand out, I think, a little bit nicer when I ink the edges. And it doesn't, I don't even care if it's not, if I get a little bit here and there. It's totally fine. And then for my circle, I did go ahead and cut out a patterned circle like so to assemble over the circle. I promise this is all going to make sense once it comes together. All right. All right, so that's all inked. So from here, let's go ahead and just start to assemble this. Okay, so, oh, and I even have Creative Memories little mat. I didn't even know I did that. All right, so I'm going to just use some of my art glitter glue. Ooh, that was too much. But usually I would use a tape runner for this. However, for this particular project, since I'm on screen, my tape runner is like huge and bulky, so I don't want to do that. It's not very pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna line this up in the back like so. And then I'm going to do one here, a strip here. And I see what happened. My little tip fell off. I like to keep the fine tip applicator on my art glitter glue because you don't need much of it. And I tend to get excited with it and will use way too much. So it only really does take a little. All right, so I'm doing this on this side, and actually I'm gonna like really butt that up like so to my circle. Now when I open it up, see how right here there's nothing, so I'm gonna actually camouflage it a little bit and do this one right there so it looks like one piece. I like art glitter glue too. It's seriously, with paper crafting, this is like my very, very favorite. All right, so I'm going to camouflage this side. We're going to hide that circle. And you don't have to do this. On the first card that I made, I did not do this. And then I'm like, you know what? When that opens, I just want it to be more cute. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and pop down my Renia foil paper. Yeah, it's dry. And again, I'm just going to pop it on over the pattern paper, and then we'll go ahead and fill in our circle. So here's this, and I butt it up on the edge because when you open it, I really do want it to look like it's one piece, if that, like it's a continuous piece. I don't want it to be paneled off. I don't want it to look like a panel. I want it to look like one piece with a circle in the middle, kinda. All right, and then this one is gonna go here. Also, the beauty of using glue instead of tape is you can kind of smoosh it around a little and you're not committed to it quite yet. Okay, so that's where we are with this. Now I need to go ahead and put my little centerpiece on. And I want to do this open because there's like a little bit of a spring to it. So I want to make sure I get it lined up as well as I can. And what I did was, you can use any circle cutter on this. It doesn't matter. The Creative Memories comes with 3 of these. There's a blue one, a green one, and a red one. And it cuts off like a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch with every color. So for the outside circle, I used blue. For this circle, I used the green. And I just wanted it to be a really nice mat on the back. So I did this like so. Now we're going to go ahead and put our image in. I'm going to show you something. To save time, I decided to stamp out my images first, and I am using the It's Your Days to Sparkle Stamp of the Month by Close to My Heart. This is the June stamp of the month. It's only available in June, I think, and it was $5 with a $50 purchase, which I can do in my sleep. It's embarrassing. but I wanted to stamp out the image first, so I didn't have to do that and color it on screen. But when I did it, I decided to use some of the special sparkle pins instead of my Copic, and I don't like how it turned out. So I'm going to show you what you can do to kind of cover that up, because I didn't want to recut the circle and like redo the whole thing. So I want to keep this, but I'm going to cover it up with a different image simply by pop dotting another cake that I colored properly on it. So I'm going to put this one down first. Belinda thought it was funny. Are you laughing at me because I said I can spend $50 on crafty goodies in my sleep? It's so true. I'm so bad. All right, so here we go. So this is going to go down like so, and then I'm going to cover this because I'm not loving it with this, and I'm just going to pop dot it on, which is going to be really cool. It's going to add lots of wonderful dimension to it. I like black pop dots because, believe it or not, if you were to look at this card, I know I'm guilty too. We're all guilty. It's so nice to have misery, like company in our addiction, right, Belinda? So this is going to, hi Nancy, I'm so glad you're here. We got Minnesota, Texas, and New York in the house. Hello. So the black is really nice because if you were to flip the card over, it usually blends into the shadows in the background, so it almost disappears, whereas the white kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Not like you're going to be looking at your cards from the side all the time, right? But I don't know. For me, I just like it. All right, so we're going to cover up this mess that I made. And I'm going to put this down, and it's just going to add some extra dimension. And then I did go ahead and I colored this little rose. So I want to put that off. And like I said, there's really not much per se going on this card as far as embellishments and things like that. It's a relatively, you know, simple card to make. Okay, so now it closes like this, and then when you give it, it opens like so. So for the sentiment, I decided to do like a wedding sentiment, and I just stamped it on the banner. And most of these fit on the banner. These up here all fit on that banner, which I really love. So I'm just going to use some more glue here. And this is going to go in the center, so my circle is actually going to cover it up when it closes, so you can't really see it. And then to finish off this card, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple little dots with my Nuvo Dewdrops in Dragon Scale. This is the new Dream Drops, which are my absolute favorite right now. And I'm just going to do 3 little ones on the edge. And boom, the card is done. That's it. That's all it takes to do that. So simple, right? So let me go ahead again and tell you the measurements. So the card base, you're going to want to cut a 10 by 7 sheet of cardstock. And then, oh, if I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I cannot look at my phone because I will online shop in my sleep. I'm not even kidding. Thank you, Belinda. And then I scored it at the 2.5 mark and the 5-inch mark. My pattern paper on the inside was 4.5 by 6.5. And then my flap was 2 1/4 by 6.5. And then the top part of it, this Renia paper part of it, was 2 by 6. So this is the measurement on how you can do this card. And you know, you don't have to do as much to the circle as I did with all that paper, but I really just wanted it to pop, and a mat on it looks super duper nice. Yes, Jamie, that's an excellent question. The Nuvo drops, they dry really rather quickly compared to Stickles and some other things. We might need a 2-step program. I might need a 5-step program, Belinda. In an hour. So this will set up really fast, or stickles will take hours. I've never had a Nuvo drop take very long to dry. So I really love these. Dream drops, I have the whole line. Let me show you. And I can get you a Nuvo, the Tonic Studios where you get it through. I can post that store link in the description box as well. So this one is the dragon, and I can just put some off on this little piece of paper. So this is the dragon one, and it has like a green undertone on it. So that's super pretty. And then this is my second favorite, the Love Potion. The dragon is that's my very favorite of the whole series. I just love it. Yes, Nancy, these are new. They came out at Creativation in 2019. So they're the newest to the line. Again, I'll get that link for you as well. This one, you guys, though, this one, Drops Cloud, is really cool because depending on what you put it on, it'll take on that color. So oh no, it's blurry. Oh, it's not blurry on my side. So if you put this on blue, it'll take on a blue tint. Put it on red, it'll take on a red tint, and so on and so forth. So if you have a project that you're working on, like if I were to put these on this project and I put one here, it would look blue. And if I put one here, it would look green, and so on and so forth. So this white cloud one, this clouds, is a really, really neat one. And then this one is the gold Luxe. That one's super pretty. And then there's only 6 out so far. So that's the gold. And then this one is is this indigo? Yes, this is indigo. And this is more of a blue, purpley type color. That's really pretty as well. So these are a lot of fun. And then this one is the Fairy Wings. And this is like a purplish pink. So if you only want to purchase one, I probably would go with the White Cloud. They really do keep their dimension nice. That's why I like them. Like Stickles, I thought Stickles were the bomb. And then I would, they wouldn't keep their dimension, which is fine. So I like to use Stickles on things like hair and flowers and detail things. But if I want to drop, I definitely am pulling out my Nuvo Dewdrops. And this Dream Drop line is absolutely gorgeous. They kind of shimmer and sparkle in different ways, and the light casts off of them really fun. So yeah, this is the new line. And I can get that Tonic Studio link up for you down below as well if you're interested in those. Sometimes they have sales on these, so I'll check to see if there's a sale code, and I'll post that as well. Just give me about 5 or 10 minutes after we go offline for me to get that up for you. But yeah, they're pretty cool. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you tonight. But so much fun, so easy. If you're interested in the Rhinea foil paper, check the link down below, and also the Close to My Heart. I have that down below, and I'll get the Tonic Studios up for you guys as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will chat with you later. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoy it and you like it. And thank you, Jamie. Thank you. If you have any comments after I go off, just leave them in the comments down below. Yes, see you on Facebook. And I will get back to you if you leave a comment. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. All right. Have a great night, guys. Bye.